my God. Oh, we got babies, puppies, and kittens, and all kinds of
For some reason, she just wants to be in my neck today, and
Michelle, she's adorable. What is that? Who is that?
she's like a little Chihuahua mix. This is Tessa Bean.
Precious.
She's the cutest thing ever.
Yeah.
She's so rotten. I love her.
Well, she's got a brain the size of a walnut. So.
She really does. But no, that's a stretch. Maybe a
All right. So I'm going to move my screen around here a little tiny. It's a little better. I'll get it reset up. I was in a rush coming home today and getting it all set up and getting back into the grind after 18 days off, ladies. 18 days off. It was incredible.
So
Thank you, Cindy, for giving me 18 glorious days off.
In the suntan. You have a suntan, Dara. You have a
suntan, isn't she?
I'm so jealous.
Yes, it was such. You don't realize how much you need a break until you actually do something like that. I've never taken that much time off intentionally. And given myself that kind of break. And it was actually, I went with the intention and the purpose. And it's funny because one of my business classes I'm taking, she was like, look, you're going away. She said, have realistic expectations. I'm like, I'm going to go down and I'm going to do this and I'm going to get that done and I'm going to do this. And I got there and went, ugh. I got stuff done, but not like to the caliber that I had wanted to. But it was just so nice to just be.
Recharge.
To just be. Yeah. I really needed that. So now I'm recharged and refreshed and back. I went back on the floor today. Hi, Lori. And can I just say, I'm going to give this good news. Lori, who is watching right now, is one of our newest instructors. She starts.
Yay! Congratulations, Lori.
And I am thrilled to have her. We are thrilled to have her. Cindy, we're all looking forward to having her. And I know Melissa got the opportunity to meet her.
Yes, she is awesome.
Yeah, so we are, everything's just.
Now, will she be an in-house instructor or an online instructor?
On the floor.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Yes. That's great.
That's fantastic to hear.
Woo. Just what I needed. So her and Chrissy, they're going to get to meet on Thursday, and we'll be making the steps to make this that collegiate level. We're there.
Perfect.
Awesome. It's so exciting.
That's wonderful.
So, and in those terms, this just sets it up for tonight. So now we got a little off kilter, but I'm going to go ahead. I'll do our quick welcome and then we'll get down to it. Does that work? Now that I'm here. I was really spotchy for a minute there. All right. So welcome everyone to the Groomer's Cut. This is our third one. Yes, we are going to do goals again. We've got one more round of goals, and then we're going to be pitching and letting you know exactly what our month to month will be between now and the end of the year and the topics that we'll be covering over those. So you can all look forward to it and you'll know in advance what we're going to be talking about and what we're going to be discussing. So it'll be nice to have consistency and the topics that we'll all be going through. So basically we're going to do a skin and coat month. We're going to do a feline month. We're going to do Jennifer. We're going to do canine science month. Yeah. We've got a whole list of everything and our topics that we'll be talking about. So we hope everyone will join us. If it's your first time here for the Groomer's Cut, welcome. For all of those who are new or watching in the future, please know we are streaming on now 9 different platforms. So make sure you're giving Facebook permission so that we can see your names when they pop up in our chat. For those of you watching on across the board, you might not see the questions we're getting, but we do like to, we'll say them and revisit them and talk and chat that out. So you won't miss anything, but if you're watching on a different platform than where you're seeing us seeing all these questions. So tonight we are talking about setting goals for your team or transferring that ownership. We've talked about us, we've talked about our goals, and I think, Jennifer, if it's okay, you said this was one that's tough for you.
Big problem. I actually did this, staff meeting beginning of the year. It's a new year, it's a new start. I try to just, always. I said to them, to all my staff, I have a staff of 15, and they're mostly very young, and they're good people. It's a good group in terms of just personal character, but obviously minimal experience, in the field, in the industry. And most of them are here, they come to work for me to learn. And then a lot of them, become great groomers and move on. I've sent a lot of great groomers out into the universe. I guess I feel good about that. But one of the things that I said to them was that you always want to live your life in such a way that you are, yes, counting your blessings and happy and enjoying the moment and happy with who you are. But you always want to be also trying to set goals and improve yourself. Try to find a way to do things better. Always, you don't want to stagnate in your life. You want to constantly move ahead. So I made, just as one example, one of my major goals for this year. It's based on the science, what we know about animal communication. It was inspired a lot. I was really inspired a lot by last week's program about talking to the animals. I already knew about talking to the animals. I already knew about how they read our face muscles in our T-zone. I talk about that a lot. There's really stunning science about the importance of looking at your dogs, talking to your dogs, letting them, hear your tone of voice. There's data about how they can actually read our emotional moods and respond to them just the same way from our voices as they do from our face muscles. There's this is real stuff. And I noticed that I'm the only person on my staff talking to the dog all the time. I'm always saying their names. I'm taking off my mask for a second, let them read my face, smiling at them. And then, and I always use their name, and I use obedience commands because I showed in obedience, and I know how it's the universal rules of the road with dogs. You say, Fifi, sit, Fifi, stay, Fifi, stand, stay, and I also will talk to them. Oh, I'm sorry that hurts, baby. If that hurts a little bit, just hang on 1 second. Or, oh, you're doing great. Just talking to them. And so I made this the goal for the new year. This is the main thing. So we've been at this for like a week now, and I remind them every day, and I got nothing. The staff is like, they're just doing like they always do. They talk to each other, but I can't
get out of their comfort zone. It's in our comfort zone because we're so used to that. But it's really stepping out of that comfort zone. And that's hard, especially when you're younger.
I don't know if it's age. I guess it's just like, yes, you're right. Talking to animals maybe seems like, and maybe I need to stop and show them some of the PowerPoint slides that I show in my programs about the science and how we know, that this works. But it's also just about, focusing. I've had a hard time to get them for the last year to just even like walking through a room with so many people on the staff. The bigger my staff has gotten, the worse it's gotten because they all want to talk to each other. And, they'll leave the dogs kind of sit and they're like, they'll stand around chat. I'm like, well, you could take that one out of the cage dryer and go fluff dry it. It's the focus on the dogs is my goal for the year. And I'm not having much luck right now. Help.
Well, I often find that I think that it improves our communication when we talk to them and let them see our faces. But truthfully, in my heart of hearts, and working as closely with fear recovery and trauma recovery that I have, I feel that they need more of your intention. And I think with humans who are not used to seeing dogs as an equal sentient being, they have a real problem with that. So talking to them actually changes your chemistry and your smell so that it actually does assist you in making a connection with the dog and letting the dog smell your intention. I rarely talk to the dogs. And I get a very good result, but I really do talk to them with intention. I kind of zone out, everybody. Melissa will tell you this. She's seen it again. I zone out and I'm paying attention. If they're trying to talk to me and I'm doing a difficult dog, I'm like, I can't really talk to you right now, because right now I'm talking to this individual with my feelings, with my energy. So I think that for humans who are not used to living in that and exploring that kind of relationship, words can be very important because it changes your mindset. It changes your smell. It changes your chemistry so that it does transmit that same intention to the dog.
And I'm not even asking them to do what she was talking about last week, which is constantly talking to them. I think they would zone out. I talk to them specifically, and as you say, Michelle, with intention, and it's not a constant chat. It's a setting a tone and using my voice and my face and my physical presence with them.
That's setting your intention, Jennifer, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
A lot of people don't understand how to even set their intention. They don't understand that when they show up at work, that their first goal before they even walk in that door and interact with any human, any animal, anything, should be to set their intention and balance their energy and leave all that crap in the car.
In the parking lot.
Especially right now in such stressful time.
In the parking lot or wherever, and when you walk into that physical building or that mobile unit, or if you're a house call groomer or people are coming to your house, whatever it is, I think that's a huge learning curve for a lot of people, because we're not taught how to set our intention. We're not taught how to balance our energy. These are all things that, thank you, universe, people are starting to understand and want more information on, and are starting to want to know how to do this stuff. So people like you, Jennifer, like Michelle, Jeremy, that put that information out there for them, it's a learning experience for them, because it's almost like taking on a whole new way of being.
Well, and Dara has a wonderful topic tonight about just how do you get you set goals for your staff, and how do you take them there? Like I'm struggling with how to find the way, other than just telling them the information and saying this is our goal, and then gentle reminders throughout the day. Is there an accountability piece I need to do? Is there more experiential practice I need to do? What do I need to do to get them to this goal that I've set to them? That's my biggest struggle right now.
You're working also, right? You're working right. You're grooming your clients while they're grooming.
So the first thing, let's see. I just want to go through our comments here really quick, because we had some good ones, and we can go back to them. Let me just slide up here. If you have dogs, you don't. There's a Facebook user. I'm sorry, we don't have your name, but you don't constantly know what they are telling you. Ask them that, Jennifer. You'll have to revisit that. I'm not sure. I'm not following that one. Talking to my dogs, call me. I'm like Michelle. I don't talk to them much, and I see my staff and or our staff, and I see them. They do talk a lot with each other as well, but it's hard when you're also in an education, and
Mhm.
I talk more to the students than I do to the dogs as I'm working. So what we've done is to make that, and so that there isn't, somebody in here said take the talkers and separate them. I don't know how big of a spot you have to be able to
Actually,
do
I have
that,
3
but
different rooms, and I'm going to try that. But the big, I
and
What's
like
your goal?
And
What's your main goal
that's
though,
where I
Jennifer?
was
my main
gonna.
goal is to get them to talk to and focus on, like, really. Here's the other part I'm trying to communicate to them. I'm like you, Michelle. When I get in a zone, when I'm grooming, and it's kind of like and you can tell I'm in it because I kind of purse my lips. People walk by me and go, and it's just me and the hair, me and the hair, and I'm all into the hair, and I just don't know how to communicate this to them, that you need to lose yourself in the dog. You need to just, like, the whole rest of the world's got to shut out. So Cindy was suggesting in the comment section that I should show them my slides. Maybe I should probably do that. I will do that.
Well,
But how
But do
else?
you do anything does everybody start at the same time, or do you have people coming in and out at different times, your actual groomers, or does pretty much everyone start at a general time?
Yeah, within an hour of each other. Yeah.
Okay. So is there a way for you to, I used to like to, and to a lot of groomers were not fond of this, but when I worked in a salon setting, I used to get the groomers that worked with me, and we would just take not even a full 5 minutes in the morning before we started, and just had everybody, and I know it's COVID, so we have to be, cautious adaptive, but we used to take hands, just form a little circle, and everybody just kind of shook everybody's arms out a little bit, and we just did a little bit of breathing, nice in and out, deep breaths, shake it out, set your intention. We are going to have a good day right now, today, in this moment. Nothing is going to deter us from providing the top services that we want to provide and connecting with the animals that we are blessed with to have today. That has to be our main focus. And so I used to have to walk around on occasion, and Michelle has seen me do this, and ask people, I'll stand with your dog, go take 30 seconds. Yep. And center yourself. I'm seeing frustration. I'm seeing, whatever. You look tired. Let's go recenter and then come back when you're able to. And so, as a goal for you, maybe that's something quick and short in the morning that you can help them, because that sets your intention.
I love
That's
that
what
idea.
I was going to say is you kind of started nailing it. What is your goal for that? But you have to allow them to also want those goals as well. So not everybody does. The other thing that really, and I'm going to go a different way with this, but I don't think a lot of people actually take this seriously as a career. It's just a job. And if it's not their career, then it doesn't matter what you do or what you say, that they just come to work for the paycheck. And they're not going to change who and what they are for that. So
but you can present them with the tools to make those changes, and if they refuse to make those changes, then you realize that they are not well suited for what you are trying to build within your business structure.
And so then that becomes a discipline matter?
I think it becomes a topic of conversation for you to open those doors and open those windows of their mind and heart and soul, and see where they are and see if they're ready for those things. And if they're not, then you have to evaluate where they fit into your business.
Yeah, one step at a time. And this is what I have been doing this since Michelle started visiting in May, that it's one baby step at a time. I can't go in and change everything all at once, because the clientele, everybody gets frazzled and discombobulated. And so one thing, what are we focused on? If it's one day, then we do today. Great job today. Let's move to tomorrow and what we're going to do tomorrow. So if you're wanting to get the chatter down, is now when we have students on the floor, I typically do not like music being on because that's distracting for the students, because sometimes depending on what it is, they get involved in that. But the music and having them have their own music that they like on,
You let
they
them do
work
that?
so much better. Yeah.
I actually have found definitely that what kind of music I do, a quiet instrumental. And when I do that, then things are quieter and they are more focused on their work, and it just seems to go smoother. When I play
Is that
something
'cause
with
they're bored?
vocals, then they start singing along, and then they start chattering more with each other. So I don't do that. I play quiet instrumental.
Singing
That's what I like.
raises the energy vibration.
Yes.
Any kind of group, singing, and if you're singing along, as long as you're not singing along and you're, it's inappropriate. And I'm one to listen to inappropriate music. I like things that rap music and popular music, secular music, whatever you want to call it. But those kind of things, when you bring that energy together like that, that can also be a positive as well. But it has to fit what you're trying to achieve within your salon.
Yeah, and I love what Christina just said, that she wants to find a groomer that shares her vision of making the industry better and not just someone that it's just a job for. How do you get somebody to take something that I guess it's my goal, but it's good for the dogs. Like, it's for the dogs. It's for it's for the clients, the people that are,
But you set the standard.
So,
Jennifer,
but how do you get them to internalize that goal as their own goal?
I don't know if you can actually do that, but maybe the way to broach it is say and ask them, what is your goal? What is your desires? What do you want to gain from here? How can I make that happen? And find out what they need or want to help them.
I used to ask all the time.
I got a dog bark scratching at my door.
When I would interview, I used to ask all the time, and it used to put people off, and they didn't know how to answer. But my first interview question, and I'm revealing secrets here, so I used to ask, "Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Why are you here?" And they would look at me like, "Well, what do you mean? Why am I here? I'm here for a job." And okay, well, what if you're here for a job? What do you want to do within this job? What are your plans? What are your goals? Where do you see yourself? And expand on those things. So if you start to talk to and interact with your staff like that, I think that, if you walk up to Mary one day and be like, "Mary, why are you here?" "What do you mean, why am I here?" "Because I have dogs on the book, or I'm grooming or whatever." Start to build. You need to set, as the business owner, you have to set the foundation for the people that you work with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Michelle, you got a comment.
Yeah, Cindy wants to know what you're doing there. You look diligent.
Yeah, my father is not doing very well, and I am in the process of having a discussion with my sister. We have varying opinions on his care. So,
been there, done that with my mother this
carry
year.
on.
My sister.
I'm listening.
I will call to comfort later. I basically lost a sister.
Well, and I don't mind telling you, he is very compromised. He's got diabetes. He's got a congestive heart condition that he'll probably die of, and he's got high blood pressure. He recently had COVID, which he then recovered from and went home from the hospital. But he is insisting on eating anything that he wants, which of course lands him back in the hospital. Mom's having a hard time taking care of him, and they're scolding him for making it hard on her. And that's really irritating me. If you're dying, you get to
what
eat what
you
you
want.
want. And people need to shut up.
Yeah.
And that's basically all I have to say about that. So,
I'm on your side
I'm not going to scold my father for wanting to eat bacon in his last days. He can make his choices, and that's his wife. My mother is his life mate, and she will make her choices as well. Yes, it is tiring. Yes, I have been a caregiver. Yes, but for someone who is not long for the world, absolutely, I will make him bacon myself, and then I'll clean him up afterwards. Yeah. If that is his choice, then those are his minutes to live how he wants to live, and I'm not going to scold him for doing that. Yeah. If they need help, then we all need to hire a caregiver, and that's that. There's no argument about that.
Right. Good for you, Michelle.
Sorry.
You're right on.
Sorry.
No, sorry. You're right on.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry.
But we love you.
Well, we're sorry.
That's tough.
So
we have nothing to be sorry about.
I've got a sister that stopped speaking to me over the need for my mother who has Alzheimer's to get care. It's beyond belief sometimes that kids can do this to each other. Siblings can do this to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beliefs are different.
For some reason, she's trying to make me feel like I should think the way she does, and I just don't. Don't. That's not a requirement. I get to think the things that I want to think too, and feel the way that I want to feel. So
yeah, that's right. Christina says she gives her dog steak at the end, whatever they want. Amen.
Absolutely. When Tom went, I actually went to McDonald's and dipped each of 20 chicken nuggets in barbecue sauce for her. Absolutely.
Yep. Here. Do that too. You want maple syrup? Absolutely. It's all yours. Whatever you want.
Make it sweet. Don't make it full of tension and hatred and arguing. For heaven's sake, just do it.
Life's hard enough.
Just do it, just like your goals. So first thing you're going to do, Jennifer, back to our goals.
Back to my goals. Yeah, tell me what to do.
You are going to set your goals.
Okay.
And your goals may not be what your team is, but you've got to find out what your team wants and help them get to you. So baby steps, it's a progression, one step at a time. They don't want to talk to the dogs. Okay, so we got to find somehow to make me happy because I'm still your boss, right? So you got to find that. Then you're going to, by having them help you make and find their goals, you're going to set some deadlines. I've been looking at that really heavily and looking, okay, I need to do A, B, and C by DEF time and set those and have those deadlines. That's why I kind of was trying to get this rolling so that if we can get enough people over on my right-hand side here column to put your goals in our lovely goal place, and I'll put mine in now because I haven't done it yet either. And then in 6 months or 3 months, we can revisit those and see where we're at. Because I want to see people staying on target. Because if I can do it, you can do it. We can all do it. But if I'm holding you accountable for your goals, so you get to go put your goals in our link also. And we're going to help you over the next few months make that goal happen with your team in baby steps. So we'll set a little bit. So we'll set the deadlines.
Here's an idea. Here's an easy idea. Put a little whiteboard up in a more private area, like if you have an employee area or whatever.
We do, yeah.
So stick a little whiteboard up with an erasable marker and write goals on the top of that. And then have your people, your staff members at their leisure, go in and write a goal that they would like to obtain for this year. Within that work environment. Okay. And then once everybody, you say you have 15 people on your staff. So once you have, everyone has, there should be 15 goals on that whiteboard.
Okay.
You as the business owner now can come in and really get an idea of what your staff is actually working towards. So if Tom writes on there a new car this year, and Susie writes, I want to get more clients, and Frida writes, I want to retire. And, these are all different goals. Now, from there, you look at those and start to break them down. What are the steps to get Tom his new car?
What does Tom need to do that? What does he have to do at work to do that? Is
Right,
that one extra dog
within
a
those
day?
confines. Right, absolutely. Do you see how goal setting works? So you need to help them obtain, in order to help them obtain their goals, your goal as a business owner is always to be the leader, is to be the inspiration, is to be, and there is no leadership without you being in the trenches, because the only way to lead is to lead by example.
And I do that, and I love the whiteboard idea, because the whiteboard, that way they're kind of, at least in a broad general way, sharing their goals with each other. It kind of helps to hold them accountable. I love that idea.
And it includes everyone. It becomes inclusive instead of I'm the owner, you're the worker, I'm here and you're down here at the bottom of the ladder. No, we are here. We're next. Yes. And we're next to each other. So we need to align each other with we need to align with each other so that we're able to move forward. Because if everybody's pulling in different directions, you go nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I know that quite a few of them, their goals are quite a few. There's 3 or 4 of them, really 5 now. They've stated the intention that they're bathers, they're groomer assistants, they bathe and dry, but they want to learn to, they want to learn to cut hair. So that's going to be the big one for a lot of them. But then, a lot of being able to actually do the hair cutting is, again, it's that connecting with the dog, losing yourself in the dog, focus on the dog, getting in that zone of creativity, all of those things that we've been talking about.
So your goal, because you train them, right, Jennifer? They're trained at your place. So then a goal for you, on the other hand, make your board and start to break your goals down and say, Tom, Dick, and Harry are getting, 1 dog a week that they're going to start clipper work, or they're going to start scissor work, and start incorporating their goals into your business goals, so that they are understanding of that, the fact that they're an integral part of your success and their success, because alone you can't achieve what you can with them. Right. And vice versa. So it has to be together, and they have to feel appreciated, and they have to feel like the owner wants them to move forward and to grow, as well as the owner wants to grow.
I love that. That's great advice. Great advice.
So in having that board up there, you're also tracking, and you might need to break it into 2 and do their personal and their career or work, their professional. Right. I would say personal and professional, and keep it on that professional level. That's because they're going to coincide. And Cindy, write that down.
Do you post the personal goal in the workplace, the same place?
I'd do a column. I'd have, if they're fine putting their names on there, have them write their name and have them do a personal goal for the year or 6 months or whatever you want. You can set the deadline and say, month. Let's start with a month. Let's do something short and quick. What's an easy goal that we can make happen? And is that, Sally, you want to learn how to do nail trims? Great, Sally, let's do nail trims. So what's your personal goal? You want to buy lunch every day for everybody? Great. Whatever it is.
Have the money to do that.
Right. Or have the money to do that, set their goals, and you can check it off as we market and make a big to-do of it. We're doing this, Cindy. We're getting
how to pay for everybody's lunch every day?
How, Michelle?
All the nail trims go to the house. It's as simple as that, because nobody's making their paycheck on nail trims.
Right.
But nail trims will accumulate enough for you to get perks for your staff. Nail trims are a resource, a rich resource to buy equipment, to purchase lunch, to do a luncheon, to do a group building exercise. So nail trims are a really good resource for that.
I'm just going to throw this
Excellent.
out there. Boop. She already did it.
Excellent.
So
Amazing.
we're doing
Wonderful.
That's awesome. See, I didn't even know about that. I don't even know what my team's doing. It's because I wasn't here. But now we're back on track. So we're going to get going on that.
Where do we
So
post our
we're
goals
tracking-
for? Where are we doing our goals for this?
Oh, I
There's a
posted that
thread.
in the Pet Pro Educators. Yep,
Okay.
there's a
Yeah,
thread on that. So if you want to
there's a
share
thread.
that thread on your other pages also, please do.
And
then-
Jennifer, there's printable. I put the printables link also. So if you want to do some goal setting and goal work with your employees, or if any of the people that are watching this want to share it with their coworkers, or feel free to go. It's a free site that has printables on there that just sometimes makes it I'm old fashioned. I like paper, pen and paper.
Yeah.
And so it just makes it a little bit more tangible,
I
yeah.
Okay.
I have a personal book and a business book. I'm like going all out here these days. I said, look, they're two different ones. They're both in red. One's a fox, one's a phoenix.
Oh,
And so you're doing the staff goals on paper instead of a whiteboard in a book that everybody can kind of access. Is that it?
Well, I think I like the whiteboard because that keeps you, I think where I'm going to ask Cindy if we can do that. We have a space in our lunchroom that we could do that right on there and keep that on and put it on there so that we can all see it because we're all in the lunchroom. And
Well,
when
it
we're
keeps
sitting down
everybody
to lunch-
accountable to everybody
Yeah.
if everybody
Yep.
can see it. So,
And- Yeah, so the other part of this would be our final step is to learn from our own mistakes.
I make none of those.
No,
I'm just being a smart aleck.
You guys are like perfect. So no, I have learned so much from you guys, and I have learned it just in the last year, growing to such a big facility, and it is overwhelming to go from a small shop to one employee to 5 employees to 5 employees and 4 students and trying to do everything by yourself, and finally having a team that has been understanding. And what's Michelle say? You've got to love them through it. All my chaos, all my everything. Cindy has loved me through everything. Michelle, you guys have all been so tolerant of me and the moods and everything that has come on. That one of the things I've said was mine was to empower and make sure that I am empowering everybody to do what they want to do also. And that, yes, as a business owner, it is my shop. It is our shop, and I do want some things certain ways, but also I have to learn that it's not always all about me, and that it can't always be my way, and that just because I see things one way, somebody else sees it differently, and they might have to do it differently. And being back on the floor for as long as I have has allowed me to see that and to know and see all the mistakes that I have made, and hope that I don't remake those same mistakes.
I don't call them mistakes though, Dara. I told you that. I told you I don't make mistakes, because mistake is a negative. That means you did it wrong and it was a waste. And there is no such thing as a waste, because I believe it was I call them journeys. I'm like, I was on a different journey, or I was on a different path, and now I realize that path didn't lead to where I really wanted to go. So now I need to reassess my map for my for my journey.
Yeah.
I don't like to assign. We're bombarded with so much negative all the time. We beat ourselves up over and over again about not being right or not being good enough or not doing enough. So instead of assigning a negative, I try and assign either a neutral term or a positive one, which is, I like journey or I like path, or so that path was not the right, it didn't lead me where I wanted it to go. So I need to reassess my map here. And that's what goal setting is.
That's what goal setting is readjusting the map.
Yep. You are creating your map.
Yep.
Well, I've made some doozy mistakes in my life, including 2 failed marriages. I'm gonna tell you, I feel like I'm the best person I've ever been right now because I know so much, but everything that I know was from mistakes, right?
Yeah. So they're not a negative. It was a journey. You wouldn't be who you were without those things. A long time ago, my husband asked me a question and said to me, if you could go back in time and change everything and make all the right decisions, do you think you would be where you wanted to be? And I said, I can't answer that question. I said, besides the fact that hell no, I wouldn't want to go back in time and change all that stuff. There's a lot of hurtful things that happen, that shapes and forms us. Yeah. So, those decisions were made and, you're tempered by fire.
That's exactly how I feel about it. I have a very a dual viewpoint of our universe and our world. We are dual entities. There's always night and day. There's black and white. There's good and bad.
We're physical and we're energy.
The way that we as sentient beings on this particular planet live and learn, it has some things are negative. You have to be negative. If you get hurt, you learn not to do that again. You know what I mean? Or it changes you in such a way that you approach that same instance differently. So I think that it's okay to make mistakes. I screw up all the time. I'm here to tell you. I still make mistakes. But I'm always pushing the envelope. And I'm like, ow, 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 ow. Oh, yeah. And that's how I do it. Okay. You have to be okay with being flawed. I'm a flawed human. And I do make mistakes. And sometimes I just have to go, ow, 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 ow. Oh, okay, this is the way. And that's okay. Negativity just to be negative. And Melissa was actually in my salon here recently helping me for a moment. And she actually parroted something that I tell my owner all the time. He's very down on himself. He doesn't have a lot of confidence. And he's like, okay, come here and criticize me. And Melissa, I didn't have to say it. Melissa was like, no, I don't criticize people, but I will give you a critique. There is a difference. There's a difference. Absolutely. So I'm not afraid of saying mistake. I'm not mad at myself for making a mistake because I know mistakes are a learning experience. They're a tool to lead you back into the right direction. Just like when you're walking on a path and you stumble and you fall into a bunch of cactus. Oh, okay, that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. And then you get back on the path and learn to maybe not stumble over that far again, and keeps you on your journey that you want to be on. So mistakes are
let me ask you more, because that's so wise. Everything you guys are saying is so wise. But what do you do if there is a pattern that one of your staff is locked into, that no matter how many times you help them correct it, like they always leave the legs too bell-bottomy at the bottom, or they always leave mats behind the ears and they're not really combing carefully enough, or whatever. Just little things but they're doing the same things over and over again, and they're not learning from them.
You make them go clean the bathroom.
I'm sorry.
You make them what?
You make them go clean the bathroom.
Yeah, you make them accountable. Is what I said. I'm not joking. Yeah.
You make them go clean the bathroom. I'm like, oh, guess what? You have bathroom duty today. You left mouth in the ears. Or you take time out of the day for a week or 2 weeks, because they'll get sick of you, and you hound them. If they're worth your time and they're worth paying them money,
they are. Of course, they're worth my time.
You absolutely take a little bit of time out of your day every single day and check every single dog. Nope, do it again. Nope, do it again. Nope, do it again. Ah, correct.
Yep.
And they will know. It's just like when you train a small child or a puppy. You can't sit on the couch while they're chewing on something or sticking their finger in the light socket and just go, no, 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 and then keep watching TV or doing whatever you're doing. I say no one time. You better believe that. And then you get up off your butt and you go fix it. And I challenge you, as the owner, as a salon manager, as a person who's trying to train somebody to do something, and do it in a kind way. Just, don't slap them and say, no, I won't do that. But you absolutely follow up on what you're going to say. Okay.
And look at those that are singular.
And on the third time, if they haven't done
I was just going to point that out. Tanya, I think if she's still watching, said that she was a soul groomer and going to set some goals for herself, and write them on our page there on the Pet Pro Educators, and we can help you get to those goals if you want to. We'd love to see those. And yeah, how do, as a soul groomer, what is your, I was for a long time a soul groomer, and then
you have to rely on your customer feedback too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing exactly what I believe it was Michelle, or which I can't remember who it was that suggested that we do I did the client survey. I'm starting to give them out to everybody with the, what do you like? What suggestions do you have? What products, what services? Yeah.
Yeah. It's very important to understand. A lot of people think that when clients don't give feedback, that it just means everything is fine. But you lose more clientele because they don't say anything and you don't address anything with them. So they go somewhere else because this hair was out of place, or this ear was a little shorter than the other one, or whatever it is. And they just feel like, they don't ever take the time to really talk to me anyway. So I'll just go somewhere else and see if they do it better. So building that one-on-one relationship with your clientele is imperative to keep your professional goals and your personal as well, because it builds you. Yeah. And you really need to, especially as a single groomer, as a house call groomer, or, a mobile groomer that's alone in a van, or I know groomers that work in their shops by themselves. And a lot of them a lot of us, just as groomers in general, get consumed with that whole, got to get the job done, hurry up, no time to actually talk to someone. And, they grab the animal and they're like, okay, same thing as last time. All right, okay, bye. Not how was everything? Did you notice anything? I got into the habit of telling my clients, take them home, go over them, let me know within 24 hours if you see anything that's not right or doesn't look right, whatever, call me and we'll get them back in so I could fix it real quick for you. That just sets the tone that even though they're walking out and they think they look fine, if they do get them home and there's something off, I stand behind my groom, that I want them to understand that I want communication. I want them to tell me, you know what? I don't like the way that face looks. Granted, I'll probably make a face behind their back or something, be like, but that's just me. I'm a big baby. I don't like criticism like everybody else, but I'll fix it and understand that that's not their style or that's not what they want. Michelle, you and I were talking about that the other day, where every client has a different expectation. Get to know what those expectations are.
I love my sweet sister, Kat. Kat said in the chat room that she's finally a groomer alone for the first time after 22 years and doesn't like it, but learning to say no, learning to set limits and not push herself too much, taking care of yourself too, if you were grooming by yourself. Absolutely.
Absolutely. The year that I stopped doing large dogs. and it's only recently. And it's not that my wrists are tore up or anything, but sometimes there's a rumor here or something that somebody might have said. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So instead of making it really terrible, I just say, you know what, if a dog is perfectly still and they allow me to do that, which I still have a few clients that do that are larger. But for those nail trims that are going to yank or the dogs that are special needs, I'm really training somebody else to do those dogs. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm past my time of being able to do that.
I actually announced that in January at my staff New Year meeting as well. I've got medical issues holding with the left hand. It's not the right hand scissoring. It's the left hand holding the dog that's jerking.
Always the holding side. Yeah.
My doctor is making it very clear to me. And that means that even though I'm the best nail clipper in the house, I can't do it anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have limitations. Listen to your body. We have a very, very physical job. That should be all of our goals, is to listen to your body. It will not lie to you. It will tell you what's going 19. On. Yeah, well,
then you think you're immortal.
Exactly. But if you are planning on having any longevity in this business, you need to listen. It's such a physical job.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So Kat, you're my hero. Absolutely.
Yes. All right. I think we've really covered everything. Kat wants to teach more, so you can move to New Hampshire.
Yeah. Put it out there. Put it out to the universe. Just start. In order to manifest your goals, you have to put them out there. You can't just put them, like we were saying about words. I 100% believe words are energy. And
they absolutely are. Absolutely. And so sound is energy. That's why there is prayer. That's why there is chanting. That's why there's sound is power. They've made it into weapons and they've made it into tools that actually cook food and cut metal. Sound is power.
So give those dreams, your goals, give those things power. Speak them into existence.
Yes.
This is very helpful. Thank you. Actually, I don't know about our audience, but I got a lot of good help tonight on goals.
And then we talked about dying too. Woo!
Yeah, that's right. Threw that right in there too.
Little sprinkle.
Yeah, no, Kat was just, I didn't want to out her, but actually Kat is going to have to do her teaching remotely because she's moving out into this beautiful piece of rural property that she and her husband are building a house on. Wow. It's really pretty.
So, I think everybody got a lot from that, not just you, Jennifer.
Yep.
I think everybody, we're all very much in the same boat, no matter what size our boat is or what body of water our boat is in. Right. We're all kind of in that same boat.
Yep. And there is something about the tranquility of water.
Yes.
There is something about it in that motion.
Except when it's a typhoon.
Real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Like my boss tells me all the time, my owner, he's like, oh man, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm just hoping it's not a train.
Not a train.
Yeah. Christina has a question. I don't know if you ladies can see
Husband and wife team.
I'm going to post this for us, if that's okay with her.
Yeah.
Let me put this, different boat, same storm. Yep. There we go. There it is.
I think that you should set a goal for your operation. There should be goals for the salon. Then there should be goals for each position. And there should be room for growth. And that's how you set goals. You break it down. It can't be everybody's on the everybody can be on the same page, but be working on a separate paragraph to get that same page done. So
there are many words on a page.
See where you want to be in the next 5 years, 10 years, whatever, however you make your goal setting, 3 months, whatever. I like a short-term goal, a medium-term goal, and then a long-term goal. And then I divide up all the things and flow chart it back and see exactly what I have to do today to get to where I want to be. And the choices that you make today affect your tomorrow. So make good choices today.
Yep.
It does,
And
but
bless you for working with your husband. I did that for a really long time. So, man, oh man, I bow down to you because that's
I
tough.
think she has
It's tough to go to
husband.
work and come home, and it's that same dynamic, and it never ends. So
Well,
that's a stellar thing.
Christina has a husband-wife groomer team.
Yeah. That is amazing to have somebody that can do that. I did that for a while with my husband.
Oh, I see.
That's tough.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough gig.
Yeah, that is. I
That's awesome.
My husband.
Yep.
I bet he wanted you to fire him.
Yeah.
He's
And
like,
he was
"Please
very
fire me."
happy. Yep. He was happy to be fired. So I fired my children. They used to work for me also. They've been fired on multiple occasions.
yeah. Michelle, I'm going to go back to what you were saying too, though, with setting, because I'm a little neurotic when it comes to my business plans, and I usually have a 1 month, a 3 month, a 6 month, a 9 month, a 12 month, a 2 year, a 3 year, a 5 year.
Wow.
And it's all written down. And I've been doing that since 17 years ago when I started running the business. And it's progressed. And it is. I have noticed when I write it down, for me, it works better than talking about it. So I kind of keep it in my books, in my journals, so to speak. But I also know that, yes, every decision today affects tomorrow, which I have lost over the last couple of years. So I think my progression has stalled because of that, and now coming back to it, but having to be, yes, I have these set, but the A to Z of it
Excuse me 1
is
second, ladies. I'll be right back.
more flowchart than linear. I don't think in linear. For me, there's 20 different ways I can get from A to Z. And as a business owner, we have to be that way. We can't be linear. It's not always.
Oh, I guarantee I'm not linear at all. And if I try to even say that even part of me is linear, you'll hear my husband laugh from the other room. Really. I literally, this is how my mind works. I think in pictures, a thought comes into my head. I'm like, okay, that'd be neat. And then I go pursue it. But when I pursue something, I pursue it with all of my being. I tell people all the time, don't just give me like a little trivia. Oh, did you know that squirrels have only 4 toes on each back foot? Because then I have to know everything about squirrels. It's ridiculous. So that's how I became who I am today.
Well, yeah, it's your love of learning, Michelle. I mean, we've all
have to know. We've
all
if it doesn't fit together in a puzzle, then I have to know those pieces. I have to research it.
As someone who has benefited from you being that kind of a person, thank you.
You're welcome. It's exhausting.
Yes. All right, we are coming on another hour. We're going longer and longer, and people are staying with us. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for this long. Does anyone else have any more questions out there before because we do squirrel quite a bit sometimes too.
Kat, I don't believe for a second your husband's scared of you. No, you guys are a great couple. What a great couple. I've been in their home. They are a great couple.
Here.
Yeah, Kat's husband does have a healthy fear of her.
I think that's a good thing to have in a relationship.
I've been in her salon. I've worked with her a little bit. I think so.
Mutual respect. I'm sure she respects him too.
Yep.
I could not work.
Right.
I could not work that way.
No. All right. Let me go over here really quick. I'm just going to pull up one more page so I know, because we are going to.
Oh, Christina's going to take your master esthetician class, Michelle.
Absolutely. Welcome. Absolutely. Let's have some fun with it.
All right. So I am setting the intent and the goal. Everybody who is watching tonight or for the future, Ladies, do I need to post it on, and gentlemen, if there
Yeah.
is, I'm going to go over to the Pet Pro Educators Facebook page and post because I want to know what your goals are. And let me get over here. Sorry.
Cat, oh my God.
Yeah, Kat says he wears the pants, that's for sure, but I tell him which ones to put on.
Oh God.
Nice.
Kat,
Oh,
which
that's
class
great.
would you like me to share? My esthetician courses are
Yes.
actually at the Whole
The
Pet
Whole
Grooming
Pet-
Academy.
The
So
Whole
if you
Pet
go
Academy.
to www.wholepetnh.com, you will absolutely get that. And then you can call Dara straight away and figure out your finances and whatnot, and you become enrolled. It is a rolling admission so that you can enroll anytime. So it's not a set schedule. It's at your pace within a reasonable amount of time. So go for it. Jerry, you want to put that into the thing, the link
Yep,
to the school?
I will do that. I want to.
Beautiful cat, Melissa.
Oh, somehow he thinks he
know.
has
Is
to
that
be
right?
on camera every time. This is
He's
the
like,
second
cat me
time.
some more, cat me some more,
Yeah.
cat me some more. That feels good, don't stop.
He's very
All right.
demanding.
So I just pinned the post for on the Pet Pro Educators for our goals, and we do have some on there. Looks like we've got 1, 2. There's 3, so we've got some more. Ladies, we got to put ours on there.
I'm going to put mine
That's
up. I will do it as soon as we hang up.
Here is the post for that. Where's the pants in the family? I like that. All right.
But she tells him which ones to put on. I love it. Yeah, you're awesome.
And then the post for the school, so she can be pointed toward the esthetician course.
Is that for Christina?
Mhm.
Okay, Christina's got it, but I will go because I talked to her about it the other day. I will post it for everybody else, and I redid the website.
And can I ask a question about a week from tonight? Because
Mhm.
aren't we on that skin and coat seminar, at least
Oh,
Michelle and
yeah.
I?
That's a huge thing that's happening this coming weekend. Take it
Yeah.
away, Jennifer. Tell them about it.
Okay, so next weekend, Sunday, Monday, and it's not too late to sign up. Join the hundreds of folks that are already there. The first ever all skin and coat educational groomer summit with the top names in the industry, Michelle Knowles and Barbara Bird. Oh my God, the legend, the rock on which our industry is built in terms of product and expertise in esthetician matters. And oh my gosh. And so many others. Christine Pearson, who began and organized this whole thing.
Oh my God.
It's going to be amazing. Yes. So we have got, and I'm going to do the 15 code types, and it's going to be all Sunday and Monday. And I'm thinking, I don't know if it goes into Monday night, but is this going to affect our show?
It goes like later in the afternoon, I think.
Okay.
You guys will be exhausted. Do you want to?
I'm doing Monday. I know I'm teaching on Monday in the daytime. I'm doing the feline class.
I think I'm Monday morning. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'm the tail end of every day.
Yes.
I wrap up each day.
Which is perfect, actually. That's going to be awesome. I'm not just teaching this summit. I'm attending every single class because they all look amazing.
Yes. So much to learn still.
Yeah, Christina says it's going to be knowledge overload next weekend. So, but does that mean we're doing the show, the Groomer's Cut next
Tuesday?
A week from tonight?
Well, tonight's Monday, so we can do it on Tuesday.
Why can't we do it Monday?
Well, are you going to be? That's what she was wondering. Are you going to be too tired?
I know. I mean, are we still going to be in the summit, or are we going to be done? Timing wise, I
think it's Saturday and Sunday. So I mean, there's no Monday.
No, it's Sunday.
No, it's Sunday. Monday.
No, it's Sunday, Monday.
Is it really?
Sunday, Monday, yeah.
See, I don't keep track.
I'm gonna go look up the hours right now.
I thought because I looked it up the other day and put it in my my website.
Yeah, it's Sunday, Monday, and if you want, we'll do this Tuesday. We can do it in the night.
Let me just check the timing here, okay? Because we might be able to do both, but maybe just it ends at 6 p.m. Central on Monday. So
that's
and this
Look
and
at
this
that. It is Sunday and Monday. Check that out.
Yeah.
And that's
So-
4 o'clock our time, Michelle, right?
Yeah,
Or-
it's basically it's a half hour before it ends, a half hour before this show starts. Which so
That might-
I'm
might
okay
be
with it.
lots
I'll
for
probably
you.
be so excited and want to talk about it.
Yeah,
we
let's
can
go
do
ahead
that.
and do it.
All right.
You want to talk about it? All right.
Yes, Kat, you can watch a recording of it.
Yes.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
it's a week, isn't it? That's being recorded.
A
You
week,
get
or, yeah, like at least for a week or two that you'll have access to the recording.
Yeah.
So it's worth it. Yeah. And it's going to be amazing. And, Kat, you're such a skin and coat buff like the rest of us. I wasn't a skin and coat buff until Michelle Knowles happened to me.
might go the wrong way. Wrong way.
Everything. It changes
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Michelle Knowles happened to me and it changed everything.
Michelle Knowles has happened to a lot of people.
For better or for worse.
I right now I'm claiming the phrase that you've been knolled. You have been knolled.
I've actually been yelled at before for making them have to change everything that they do.
You have been knolled. I've been knolled for sure.
Yeah,
There
true.
we go. So we're gonna hashtag it.
Yep, you have been knolled.
All
I was
right.
very lucky to have Michelle take me under her wing and bring me along with her and be like, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not quite sure about this. And Michelle was like, shut up and just follow me. And I was like, okay.
I know she said
Yeah. There is only do.
yes.
There
Thank
is,
you,
that's
Master
right.
Yoda.
No trepidations were allowed. It was like, just keep your mouth shut, look smart, and follow my lead. And I was like, okay.
I just want to say how awesome our chat room is. Caitlin, you're going to be doing the summit on Sunday, Monday, and do her canine esthetician course.
Taking Dean's canine esthetician certification.
Wow. We have some
Awesome.
learners and doers in this group. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
No.
So exciting.
That's the name of the game, ladies. You want to get ahead of this because eventually, I mean, I've been fighting for licensing in Arizona for, God, it's got to be 15 years now that I've been following that fight.
I've got
And
a lot of people
eventually
in
we'll
my
get there.
state that are now with me. They want licensing. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll
Yeah.
get there. We will. And
We're on our way. We're on our way. So
and
no worries.
we will be able to get the to be looked at differently as a professional.
We need that.
Yep. All right, ladies.
Thank you, Dara. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Dara. We
Melissa.
appreciate it. Thanks.
So next Monday, we're going to talk about the summit and how that went. And I am depending on all of our lovely chat room people and groomers to write your goals in there so that we can discuss those next week too. And we will wrap up goals and go into February.
And Groomer Jen is reminding us about the nationalized testing with WPA that is going to start hopefully in 2021. Excellent subject for a future show as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Chris and Mary just talked about that on theirs with
yes, they did.
they had Chris Berry on.
Chris Berry.
Chris Berry, yes. You
What
said
she's
Chris.
doing for the industry is amazing.
I meant yes, Chris.
You meant Chris Berry. You meant Chris Anthony. Yeah. Chris
Oh,
Berry.
that one.
Yeah.
So, but yes, it was a great. You can go back, I think, and listen to it. It was a good one. Really informative. So those of you that are going to take the summit, if you take the summit and you jump on when we're on live, I'll happily answer. I think Jennifer will and Michelle will. Any questions that you might have about the summit. So we always welcome those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. All right.
So you kind of get a double. You get us afterwards. That's kind of nice.
I'll if I'm allowed to, we should all plug the Groomer's Cut then, starting a half an hour after the summit ends.
Oh, I can do that. I can do that because I end each day. So yeah,
That's great.
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll definitely plug it at the end of mine. No problem.
Yeah. That's great.
Somebody can't get through without hearing Mary's podcast. Oh, that's funny. Groomer
Well,
Jen,
thanks.
I listen to Mary's podcast so much I can't get through the day without hearing her voice.
Yeah.
It's a good way to live. That's Mary Aquino, people don't know. Yes.
Yeah, Mary Aquino.
Mary's got a lot of good stuff.
God, what a gift.
Yep.
What a gift to our industry she is. Jeez.
So
Hard worker. Now she's retired. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. she's retired. She'll be working.
We just
24 hours.
We just set Michelle, you have a day with coming up.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
That was last Sunday.
Oh,
it
how
was?
that?
That was last Sunday. And you
Available?
I believe you can still register for it, and it will still be available.
Nice. Okay, good.
So please feel free to go on to PrecisionSharpPresents.com and either log in and register for the course. And I believe that it's still there. So
I think
I have mine coming up. Yeah, I think I saw a bunch of them on there. Mine's coming up in March the 28th. So
I did one back in September.
Chrissy Newmeyer Smith, I believe.
Yes, Chrissy
Chrissy
has hers coming up as well. So jump on the website. Derek, can you post that website so that they have that again and jump on there because I'm super excited. I'm doing the pet massage. So I had sent Mary my outline, and again, I don't make mistakes. I just went down the wrong path again because look, squirrel, and I was on another. And Mary texted me this morning and was like, "Are you sure this is how you want that?" And I'm like, "No, I'm completely sure that's not how I want that to look." And so I love that Mary is such a good taskmaster. You know, she really is on top of everything, and she's super great at just keeping us focused on what we're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. So go on that Precision Sharp
right here.
Presents, and check out because there are some really great programs on there.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let's see if I can check that really quickly.
I think they're keeping everything up that once you log in, I want to say it's up for a year.
Oh, wow. Really? That's wonderful.
They're keeping it up for a lot longer than anybody else. And they're like $75 for the day. So it's not, it's a good deal.
Right.
Yep.
And
the store right now.
When you're ready, let us know. We'll talk about yours stuff too.
Okay, absolutely. I just visited the website. And once you log in, you go to the store, and you can still purchase every single day with that you want. It's still available. You go get the recordings, and it's there. So absolutely.
And thank you, Christina, who said that that this is really helpful, and more groomers need to find us. That's so great. Everybody, please, if you liked the Groomers Cut, please invite somebody else that you know that's a groomer to join us.
Yeah, let them know that we're here. Absolutely, the more the merrier.
Yeah,
start sharing in your grooming groups.
If Dara builds it, they will come.
Absolutely.
We're working on it. One day at a time.
She is the architect.
Whew. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Well, have a great week, everybody.
All right. Yes. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.
Mwah, mwah. To everybody in the chat room, too. Love you guys.
Yep.